Hey, welcome back to another edition of Slinkpen Gaming. I am Berto. I am going over my the battle reports for what I faced in the Stele Open 2016. This is round number 5. All right, this list I played against with Nims, but this guy played this list a little bit differently, and I was not prepared for this. I was actually I got caught, lack of better words, with my pants down, and he capitalized on it. Also, it was a Houndstooth ship, so YV666. That, for some reason, that ship did not want to go down quietly, and I think that was what hurt me. Even my opponent was even saying, he's like, "Wow, you're throwing a lot of dice." He goes, that was my one fear." He goes, "I saw these 4 ships coming in, all with with primary weapon 3 coming in, and you came in with a vengeance, but yet for some reason Bossk just would not go down." All right, so let me show you the list here. So this is his list. So he was running Bossk, right, with Dengar as a pilot, 4 long, internal dampeners, Zuckuss, and also VI, Veteran Instincts. He was also running the Enderu Suhlak Headhunter pilot with guidance chips. I think it was concussion or cluster. I forget what it was. Some kind of missiles, if I can read exactly. Lone Wolf, and also a regular JumpMaster with, I forget which Agromech that was. Boba Fett, extra munitions, Proton Torpedoes, Deadeye, guidance chips. This was a nasty list. Also, he was able to fit a 3rd ship on here, the Headhunter, with another guidance chips and some more secondary weapons. When I saw this list, I'm like, okay, I got the Hound. This is going to be a lot. I mean, the Hound's a pain in the butt to take down. It really is. And also, this is a 60-minute round, okay? It's not the same 75 minutes where you get a little bit more play time. I have to inflict as much damage I can. The thing, though, is let's say if you're running 1 Hound, maybe with 1 or 2 upgrades on it, you're getting maybe like, if you do half of the ship, if you get 6 shields, and you get half of the ship, right? That is only like 15 or 16, maybe 17 points. It's almost, it's not a lot. If you get the whole ship, it's 30-something points. Again, still, it's like taking a soon-tier fill out. I mean, it's, an equipped, 30-something point upgrade ship. So I'm like, all right, I have a lot of hit points to chuck through. So when we set up, this is our setup. I'm running BabyBlues on the right. He was running debris fields, and I ran the asteroids. And you can see I placed the rocks and the asteroids on the bottom left, and he kind of went with that as well, because I knew he wanted to get some room to fly that Hound. I knew the Hound's a pain in the butt to fly. So I'm like, okay, I got my formation. I like this. So I kind of figured the battle's going to be in the top right corner somewhere in that area. That's where a lot of the heat and ships are going to kind of stay in that area. Also, when I did this with the BabyBlues, I saw how he was cocked with the ship, with the Hound. And I'm thinking, at first I'm like, okay, why is he cocked a little bit? But okay, I'll just leave it. I don't know what he's doing. But he's got the Headhunter all the way on the other side, which I'm like, okay, Headhunter, he's going to use guidance chips in the secondary weapon. He's definitely going to flank me and try to get me in my rear and light me up. Totally get that. So, all right. With me, if I did a 1 boost in coming in, I think I'm definitely going to go for the Hound. The first round, you can see what he did here. I did a 4 up with a 1 boost over. He basically moved his contracted scout, did a barrel roll. I think he did a 2 forward and a barrel roll over. And basically he did a 1 maneuver with I think it was Bossk. And by him doing that, all right, blocked him and stalled the ship on purpose. Basically created like a little mini fortress for a sec. So and I'm watching the Headhunter. You can see the Headhunter's coming down on the left-hand side. So now I have a problem. I misjudged this debris field here. I said if we move up or maneuver up, and I want to try to move fast up because I want to try to get in like range 2 next round, and then try to block him the next round. I said let me see if I can boost up. But the problem is though, is if I boost like a 3 or 4 forward, I'm gonna hit that debris. I said so. I got creative. What I did was the 3 right ships. I did 3 straight forward, and then the left ship, I got creative and did a 3 bank and came under and moved it to my ships to the right-hand side. And you could see how like my number 3 ship was on my left. Now it's on the right. I actually maneuvered that really well. I actually practiced that a lot. Like if I have debris and block, how do I maneuver my other ship and still stay in formation? So I was able to do. This is how it worked out. I was able to go 3 forward with all my other ships, the ones on the right hand side. I was doing 3 forward, and I boosted 1 up. When I did the boost 1 up, that allowed my ship on the bottom left, my number 3 ship, to do a right bank and boost 1 forward. And I still was able to kill. It was a little bit tighter formation, so it's gonna be hard for when I'm turning, because it's gonna be too close and I'm gonna bump, because that's how it is when you move ships in that formation. You have to give a little spacing, otherwise you bump each other. But I said, you know what? I have 4 ships, but because I did that maneuver and the debris field and screwed me up, I did not take the focus. So now all I have is basically naked dice right at the Hound. Now, this is great, but he also did a stall on the Hound. So this screwed me up even more. I'm thinking he's going to do like a 1 forward, so he's going to be right there in front of me. I thought he was going to range 1 it. Now, I saw the JumpMaster sitting there to the left, and I'm like, okay, JumpMaster, I know what you're going to do. But he's facing the other way, which was a little perplexing to me at first. I wasn't sure. Maybe he thought that I was going after his ship and he wanted to back out. I'm not sure exactly. But then after I did the maneuver, I think he kind of like tried to give himself some room, so he boosted closer. But now his back's toward me. So I accomplished that the secondary weapons weren't going to be shooting at me, which was great. And you can see the Headhunter's turning around. He's coming around the outside, moving slowly in. So then this is my opportunity to take out Bossk, right? The next round, I purposely do like a 1 forward, or I'm sorry, a 1 bank, and I do my the number 3 ship, because if I did the bank, I'm going to bump into my own shoes and lose my action. I said, let me do this. Let me do the 1 bank to the left, and if I do the 1 bank to the left, I can take focuses with all my ships. So I bumped 1 ship. I was able to roll a lot of dice. Now, I chipped away at the Hound. I really got a lot. But the problem was it just would not go down. So now this time, I know he was going to, probably go to the my left, his right. I kind of figured that. I know he's going to want to keep it next to the JumpMaster. That's what my thing is. I think he wants to target that. So my 2 left ships, I Talon rolled to the left, and you can see it was perfectly executed. I'm sitting in a range. But I'm stressed. I don't get any dice modifiers, any target locks of focus. So now I'm screwed. My other 2 ships, I did a Talon roll, which I should have done a K turn. But then I might have bumped myself while doing that, or been close to off the map, if I recall. I was trying to remember what that happened. I was looking at the pictures afterwards. But again, I only was able to get some range distance on this, but he was pulling out defensive dice because of range bonus and stuff like it was nobody's business. I'm like, it was just, I was not getting the hits I need. So Bossk stayed again for another round, and that was when he was able to take out, you can see, basically 2 of my ships. So from right there is what really hurt me. He came in with his Headhunter with his secondary weapons and basically just lit me up. That hurt. Then I finally took out the Hound. So now it's basically two T70s. They were wounded. One was wounded worse than the other, versus a Headhunter. So able to get some shots off. I was doing some great maneuvering. Bumped his Headhunter. I did that on purpose. I remember doing that. I remember planning on myself, if I can bump his Headhunter. But you can see the ship was destroyed because, again, the JumpMaster was just lighting me up. And I think I kept on going back and forth, turning around. I think I'm not sure if I did a Talon roll on that, whatever, but he had his target locks on me. Now he's got his JumpMaster facing me. I know I think when he did his secondary weapons, and basically that was it. He took out all of my ships. I took out the Hound, so I got some points for the Hound. I'm not sure if I even halved the JumpMaster. I don't think I got the JumpMaster at all. It was a list that I didn't play against a lot. And I played against Nims, but it was a whole complete different style of how he played that. Really pumping the brakes on Bossk. Let me come to him. I made a fatal mistake of using my secondary action. I'm sorry.
using my action to boost to get closer when I should be taking focuses and helping both defense and offense. But I wanted to rush in there because that's what I did with NIMS. When I was playing NIMS with that, I rushed in. I said, okay, we rush in and get the shots off on the Hound as soon as I can, so when the other ship doesn't get placed. But because that JumpMaster was right next to the Hound, it was in distance of just lighting me up pretty much. But anyway, that was, like I said, that was that match. So now I'm 2-3. That was round 5, 2-3. I'm like doing another, a loss. I'm like, okay, all right. I said, if I can get the next round just to get it as a win and break even, I'll be happy. Going into this match, my goal was to at least, because it's, BabyBlue squadrons. A lot of people, if you see the comments below when every time I talk about my BabyBlues or the strategies of formations, a lot of people says it's not a competitive list. It was never meant to be a competitive list. It was a list for me to start flying and practicing and really started flying formations. And I wanted to pick a good ship, and a good ship was the T70. It's got the Talon roll. It's got a lot of different options. Plus with the R2 Astromech and the integrated Astromech, getting basically a crit blocker, or I can self-pick a crit block. That was the purpose. I wanted to get the flying down. So I wanted to break even. That was my goal. Now I'm going into round 6, and I'll do another video for round 6. But this is where I stood, and this is where everything. What my goal? My highest goal was to get at least top 20. I want to get top 20, with a generic list, and just be able to fly it. So now I know, like, there was like a couple fatal mistakes that I've done with these lists. But I did play good in some of the other game in round 6, which we'll get into in a sec. But it was definitely an eye-opening experience because I got to play other people that are not in my area, because I'm mostly in the Charlotte, North Carolina area. So you play only certain people, certain lists. This was an exchange to get a different exposure to different people, different styles of play, different strategies and tactics and what have you. And I always recommend that. Definitely try to go outside the area you're in, because the meta is definitely going to be different in that area, and also different types of formation and flying. Remember, every area learns differently depending on what the hobby shop or the game store, wherever you play at, is teaching you. They're going to teach you a little bit different. But anyway, I learned a lot from this list. It was I learned to slow it up. Don't always go after the big ship right off the bat. But again, with 60-minute rounds, you need some kind of. I probably if I was able to take out Bossk and run away, and kind of circle the board and get some distance away. But then again, like with the JumpMaster, with the turreted, that's gonna be hard to do. But if he's slinging 2 dice only, at range 2 and 3, and I'm native 2 dice, maybe I get some defensive bonuses. But it didn't work out the way I wanted to. Anyway. Definitely leave comments below. How would you fly? How would you fly against this list that you saw? Let me know what I did wrong. Let me know what, as far as a strategy, how did you line up? Again, this is all about how to get better, how to fly, and competitive, yes, but also keeping it fun. That's the biggest thing for me, is I want to have fun when I'm playing this and learn the different strategies and tactics. Also, like our video. You'll see all this fun stuff. Like our video, share a video, all that fun stuff. That helps us get the word out further. The more stuff you guys like, the more stuff that other people see on YouTube, and the more subscribers we get, the more we spread the word of awesomeness of Sling Paint. And I really appreciate everybody who has subscribed thus far. Take a look at our website, slingpaint.com, Facebook page, Twitter page, all that stuff. It's all right here. Thanks, guys.